In this video, I'm going to be talking about serving departments. Serving departments are different type of departments that you will have at a event. So for example, you may have a beverage staff, a food staff, you may have front office associated with it, and then you may have a buffet staff, for example. Um, so as you can see, you can name, describe, this is pretty generic to Senium. Uh, and here, for breakfast staff, you can see that the serving groups associated with uh, the breakfast staff serving department are beverage and reception. And let's take a look at serving groups as this is actually connected. Uh, so a serving group. So you may have breaks, a buffet, a beverage, appetizer, entree, dessert. Reception I've just kind of added to play around with to show you the different capabilities of the system. However, let's start at beverage, for example. Now, a beverage may have a serving sequence of one. So you may serve beverages before you serve appetizers. Um, and then you can also see here that there's a serving department associated with this item. So a beverage serving group has a serving sequence of one because of the first thing you want to send out, and a serving department that is associated with is a beverage staff. Appetizers, serving sequence is number two, as appetizers come second, and the serving department, appetizers would always go to the serving department of the food staff. Entrees comes after appetizers, so that's why the serving sequence is three, and the serving department associated with entree is also food staff, and so on and so forth. So you could see here that the serving department is here associated with this serving group, and that's where all the orders are sent there. And for buffet, when I was just creating it, I was just playing around with it, and that's when I created a serving department called buffet. I probably should have used a little bit more of a unique name, so I do suggest that when you're naming all these different, going through, all your setup and configuration, try to name them as unique as you can. So when you see it on a report or you see it somewhere, you're able to tell that you're looking at a serving group or a serving department. So for example, if I were just looking at buffet, I wouldn't know if I'm looking at a serving group or a serving department. I mean, obviously it says it here. However, if you see it somewhere else in the system, you want to be clear on what you're looking at. So that's why I do recommend adding beverage staff, or the word staff at the end of it does, give it a unique identifier. So try to stick with unique identifiers when naming, using a naming convention.